Hey, welcome to 366 Days of Being Better. I'm Michelle Dellino with Dellino Law Group. How can you be better when you get served with divorce and separation paperwork? It's one of the most stressful things that can happen. Maybe you didn't know it was coming, maybe you did, but you're served with it. What do you do now? What happens? What's next? So, what do you do when you've been served? Well, you don't react in a negative way. I said this the other day, but you don't send a million texts and emails and phone calls. You're calm. Reach out to a friend or family member and reach out to an attorney. Get advice on how to respond to paperwork before you respond to your spouse. Don't reach out to your spouse in anger. Don't send desperate text messages to really anyone. If you need support, reach out to someone that you trust. Ask them for that support. Tell somebody that you care about what happened. Contact a therapist if you're emotionally upset and distraught because you have confidentiality with that person and that person is set up to give you the emotional support that you need. But most importantly, contact an attorney and evaluate what are my options now, how do I respond to this, what does this mean, because there's going to be confusing things in that paperwork. But A, contact an attorney. B, get emotional support from people close to you. C, if you have a therapist and you're emotionally distressed, engage with them right away because you know you have confidentiality with them. What not to do not send desperate emails and text messages to anyone that could be used against you later. They will be used against you if you send them to your potential soon-to-be former spouse or potential people in that circle that could send them to your former spouse. Ideally, I'd like to say that's not going to happen, and people do have moments of weakness and despair, but way too many times we see, emails, text messages, Facebook messages, Snapchat, I can go on and on, that are sent in moments of desperation or surprise where you might have received that paperwork that you weren't expecting, or seeing it on paper really hits home and you are desperate to have somebody change their mind. Don't react that way. Talk to your attorney, talk to your friends and family that you're close to, talk to your therapist. Don't reach out to your former spouse and beg them to come back to you. Assess the situation when you get that paperwork. Also, don't tear it up in front of the process server. I've had that happen too with other people, and that is something that doesn't reflect well on you later. So if you're angry, take the paperwork, say thank you. Also, don't try to hide from service. That's never a good idea. Accept the paperwork if you're personally served, say thank you, be polite, and end that interaction. So don't react out of anger, don't react out of desperation. Hang on to the paperwork, get it to an attorney, and assess your next steps. That's all I've got today, but the lesson overall is when you're served, react calmly, get advice from people that know, and don't act desperate. All right, see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.